So today we're looking at the long-term mindset of a successful trader. And the interesting thing about it is that some people, like I said earlier, don't understand what their risk is when it comes to trading. They don't even know what to look up to, which is their reward. And they don't even understand what their risk appetite is. And the funny thing is that some people just think that because they are able to fund an account or are able to trade, that automatically means that they should be profitable because they just have that will to fund to trade. And trading is not like that. Trading is long term. And most importantly, it requires you to know your risk appetite. So, like I said, we're not going too far tonight. We're going straight to the point so that by the end of it, the goal is for everybody to understand where they fall. Because in today's meeting, you understand that, okay, there are two broad categories of risks and to know how to play in both worlds because this video, it's not really going to tell you that, oh, do this or do that. No, 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 because human beings behave differently under different circumstances, right? So this would show you that, okay, if your risk appetite is high, okay, it gives you a solution. If your risk appetite is also low, it also gives you a solution because at the end of the day, everybody needs to make profit. All right, so with that said, let's go ahead. Now, why do most traders uh, you know, why do most traders fail when it comes to trading? Like, why? So, some people possibly focus on the wrong thing and they ignore the risks. Now, I tell traders something. Trading is more of you being emotionally stable to do what you need to do. I told someone the other day that trading is not just about, as a trader, right? It's not just about knowing that you're supposed to buy when the trend is bullish or sell when the trend is bearish. It's about when you have your hand, on the buy or sell, or maybe the market is going against you. What other decisions do you take afterward? Do you understand? So it's more of an emotional thing at some point. And the reason why a lot of people fail is that they don't just think of it in the long run. They don't think about it, you know, 5 months from now, 6 months from now, and even 10 months from now. But however, regardless, if you fall in any of this category, there's a solution for you at the end of this meeting. So I'm excited because a lot of people would still benefit from this at the end of the day. All right. So the other part is that, some people just think trading is gambling, especially those that trade. You just attended class for a day or two and you just want to start, spending money anyhow. That doesn't work that way. And let me add this to it. Like I said earlier, the major reason why people fail, whether in trading themselves or in copy trading, is that they don't really understand how it works. And for people that claim they understand how it works, there's still something they are lacking. And that is why we are here today to show you what you're lacking and to show you how you can, scale through. Now, trading should be seen as a business. And in trading, there's something that is very important. And what's important, your capital is more important even than the profit you make. I know some people will like, oh, Mr. Joshua, the reason why I'm trading or I'm doing XYZ businesses, I want to make more. Yes, obviously it's good, but you can't make any money when your account is gone. No, it doesn't work that way. You need first to preserve your capital before the second option. So capital preservation is first, and the second one is what? Profit before you talk about other things. And your risk management should always be in point. So you all just always check it out. And don't worry, I'm going to give you updates on how you could work on those things yourself before the end of this or by the end of this. Now, consistency, I I'll give you an example of someone. Okay, so he started copy trading at some point, right? And the trader he was copying, was making good profit, and he was like, "Wow, can you just increase the rates? Increase the rates. I want to make more. I want to make more." Because I think for the first either for 2 weeks rather, yeah, for 2 weeks, back to back, the trader was copying, was making good profit. There was hardly any loss on the account. So he thinks that's how trading is, and that's what people don't understand. Now, so there's actually a case of a woman right now that's complaining because she, experienced loss at some point. Guess what? This woman was making profit at some point, but when losses came, she didn't want to just understand that, okay, losses too are part of it. And that's also one of the reasons why I'm making this, because you need to know there's no business you do in this life, even aside from trading, where losses are not part of it. But what makes any business to make sense, like I tell people at the end of the day, is at the end of the day, your losses should not be more than your profit. It means that your profit should far outweigh your losses. So that's the key thing I want us to get from here. And if you don't protect your capital, you will not last long enough in the market. We feel that, okay, okay. I just remember another example here. I think it was 3 years ago, right? Then the copy trading section of PU Prime was pretty new. When I'm talking about that, I mean the PU social of the PU Prime copy trading app. I saw somebody, can you imagine, copy 57 traders, over 50 traders, on one account that is scarcely above 1,000. I think it was $300 or so. In my mind, I'm like, wow, there's nothing. This person has lost this account before anything. Because that's not how we work. You have not factored in how the other traders trade, and you've not even factored in a professional advice, maybe from your account manager, because we tell you that, oh, you can make money from copy trading. It doesn't mean that you should copy everybody there. That's what everybody is doing, then everybody will be very, very profitable, but there is even a skill in it. So let's just go over this one more time. Think in years, think in months, not in days. Now, one good week means nothing. One bad week as well means nothing. Doesn't mean that the whole thing you're doing is wrong, and compounding works over time. And you should remember survival is the real goal. And all this that I've just said right now, it only applies to low risks. I'm going to talk about high risks too in the course of this, right? This, right, it only applies to low risks. It doesn't apply to high risks. So if you are, or if you fall under the category of low risks, right, this is for you. You scarcely would have any problem, because this will give you the opportunity to build your wealth slowly and consistently over a period of time. Now, the next thing, which is the golden rule of trading. In fact, after this slide, I can consider that my assignment for this night is done. Do you understand? Because this is what I want to achieve in this meeting or in this session. This slide is the 100% of what I want to make everybody to understand. I want everybody to understand. And what's the golden rule of trading? Low risk equals to low reward, while high risk equals to high reward. If you don't get it, let's take it a little step further. High risk means that you can have what high potential loss, and there is no how will I put it now? There's no reward without risk. Low risk also means that what? The potential loss is low. So when I ask people about this on the phone, because we get to make a lot of calls, and I ask them, you can always see them like you're asking them like a paradox. So what's the paradox? I want to make more money, but I don't want to even risk. I don't want to risk at all. If you don't even want to risk at all, trading is not for you at all. It's not even meant for you. If you don't want to lose money, then maybe you should look for another business. But trading comes with what risks, and that is why the reward is high. So that's one thing I want you to get from this night. So, but I'm not, please, I want you to understand. Now, the essence of this is for you to understand where you fall. Some people naturally they are low risk traders or copy traders, while some people are naturally high risk. I'll give you an example. 2021, there's this one of my clients. Now, my client, he was new, he attended our trainings and all that. So I told him that, okay, at this point, you need to start practicing because I believe if you don't practice, everything you've learned is as good as gone. You can't you can't grow that way. So I encouraged him. But guess what, guys? I I told him that, Saf, just he asked, okay, how much can I start with? I never knew that that was like my undoing because I didn't even help him. In my mind, I was maybe trying to be considerate, and I don't know why I just told him, okay, you can start with either $200 or what. That was what I just told him. Then he just was like, oh, instead of $200, he was going to start with $100. So he started with $100. To cut the long story short, he started trading. He started trading. But something I noticed something after a week or two. I noticed that this man was experiencing some kind of losses that is not supposed to happen. Because one thing we do in our training session is this: we give you like proper education. So point whereby I tell people if you follow everything we tell you, it's impossible to blow your account, whether you're trading or you are even doing copy trading. If you follow everything we tell you to do, for example. So that's how I just started noticing some abnormal losses on this man's account. I give him a call and tell him that, sir, what's happening? The next thing he tells me that, Mr. Joshua, sorry, I was busy today. I forgot I was trading. I was like, why would you forget you're trading? You picked this trade, you did the analysis with everybody on the group, and you forgot. To now make it worse, he did not even set take profit or stop loss. I was like, this man, you have to learn the hard way. Now, to cut the long story short, I went back and forth with this client. He blew the account. He funded again. He blew the account. So after funding close to either $400 or $500 and blowing them, one day, because I was already getting tired, like I was tired and even angry because it felt like he wasn't listening to me anymore. So the man said something, which is what I want everybody to understand, because that experience, it changed me, like it changed me. So he said something that, Joshua, I think I know what the problem is. The reason is because, this $100 is small. So by the time I pick trade, I forget that I pick trade. I easily forget I pick trade. So what happened is that please just give me like 2 extra week. By the end of the month, I'm going to fund 1,000. And I can assure you that I'll not forget if I'm trading an account of 1,000. Now, this person has never traded that account size before. In my mind, I want to say that you have not, because obviously I had more knowledge than him. And let's say that you have not traded a $100 account, you want to trade 1,000. But at the end of the day, I noticed that when he funded with that 1,000, he obeyed the rule, he set his stop loss, his take profit. He never for once told me that he forgot that he picked trade. So that experience, right, taught me something that some people naturally, right, they have a particular risk appetite. So you can't take that away from them, no matter how you preach that. Oh, start small, do this, do that. Likewise, there are some people, they'll tell you, no matter how, I've spoken to a lot of people. Maybe I'll give you this example again. I had a client around 2022. This man, I, told him about copy trading and everything as at then. So after it took about 3 to 4 months for him to fund. And when he funded, at the end of the month, he made around 10%. Before the end of the month, he was calling me that, Mr. Joshua, you people's traders are very this. He was raining, I'm serious. He was raining serious insult on the traders who he did not know. Thankfully, PU Prime does not trade for anybody or the staff. We don't trade for anybody. We only connect them to copy traders. At the end of the day, to cut the long story short, this man withdrew his funds. He started with $1,000. He withdrew his funds, 1,001 then. So when he withdrew his funds, about 6 months later, news just got to me. I heard that this man fell for a scam. What was the scam? They promised him that he will get 10 to 30% every day. 10 to 30% every day. And they told him that he can never lose. Like they gave him guarantee. And guess what, guys? If you get guarantee in trading, you better run. Why? Because there is no such a word like guarantee when it comes to the financial market. Earlier today on my WhatsApp status, I shared the fact that, yesterday, silver lost about 20%. I think gold lost over close to 10%, if not more, yesterday, while the war was still going on. And, people are looking. That was the problem. In the midst of, the fact that market is moving and bumping. So this is something that not everybody, right, understand. So to cut the long story short, he funded $10,000. When he was in PU Prime, he only funded $1,000. No. And the $1,000, he withdrew it out of PU Prime out of anger because he made 10%. But because that people, they promised him, in fact, 30% every day, he went to the scam broker. He was making the profits 1 month, 2 months. By the third month, he had also increased his capital too. And he just woke up one day. They told him that all the accounting, they just picked like 5 trade, and the 5 trade summed up to losses. They just told him that, oh, you have lost all your money. So well calculated. So that experience also taught me that people have the low risk appetite and people also have high risk appetite, and you have nothing to do about it. And that's why we need to educate you properly so you know where you fall and you know what to do. Remember, if you are on the low risk part, you have the advantages of building, compounding, and all that. But if you're in the high risk part, you withdraw maybe every week or every month or even every day, as the case may be, because that is high risk, high reward. So by so doing, now for a high risk system, so there's actually a solution that one of my partners have. It generated like close to 300% for one particular client in February. That was last month. And guess what, guys? The owner of this account, as he trades, as every trades, keep coming every day after making profit, he'll just calculate, okay, what's the profit share, and remove his own, or wait to have that profit share removed. So based on him right now, because it's on the high risk path, even if his account should blow, he has already made about 200%, more than 200% already, and he still has the initial capital. He has withdrawn 200%. So, there is a way for high risk to happen, and it could have been possible that the first trade would have blown the account too. So those are some of the things that people that are doing high risk are willing to take. So the question is, are you willing to take those such kind of risks to make such amount? So people need to understand that as well. So I'll give you an example using a trader. Two different examples. A conservative trader might risk between 2 to 5% per trade, growing his account slowly over a period of time. An aggressive trader can risk up to 10 from 10 to 30% per trade, growing his account very fast. But he has what? He has a higher loss, like he has a higher risk involved. For the conservative or the low risk trader, he has lower risk. So both parties they have how you can operate with them. All right. So the next thing which I also want everybody to understand, I want everybody to ask themselves that what is your risk appetite? Ask yourself, can you handle 10% loss? Can you even handle 30% loss? Would you panic when there's a loss on your account? So many years ago, we used to have some female traders, that newbies anyways, that started learning how to trade with us. If these people should enter trade 0.01 and it's like minus 10 cents negative, they start shaking. Our money is going. Understand. So some people naturally can't take risks. So you understand, if you know that, okay, I don't think I can handle 10% or 20% loss, automatically you should know that, okay, you are within the low risk area, whether in copy trading or personal trading. It means that you should not also be looking to make more money. You should be comfortable with the little that you get. Why? Because low risk is low reward. I was talking to someone today, a new potential partner, and the person said something striking. He said he has a good strategy and blah blah blah. The risk about 10%, and their profit also is within 10%. So what does that mean? In this, that's for a month, that is considered low risk, which is way, way better than keeping your money maybe in a bank without trading or whatever. And you understand? So everybody needs to understand. But if you feel like, I think I can say weeks like 50%, or I think like the example that I gave you, the person that funded the $100 last month that made about over 200%, right? The person was funding the $100 like because they told me, they said the trader told the copier that just put $100 that you are willing to risk, and let's watch it. And lo and behold, the $100 multiplied. So that is another risk level that people need to understand. So if $1 is what you have in heaven and earth, if you know that you're going to die if anything happens to it, so you should advise yourself very well. So this one is for traders. Trading is 80% psychology, no revenge trading, no over leveraging, no fear of missing out, no emotional decisions, and you need to understand that the market rewards discipline, not what desperation. So this is also for traders. What are some of the things that people make? Some people close their profits really early. I remember someone, she was closing like 10 cents as profit and she was happy because it was blue. Who does that? So you don't copy blindly, for example. Send us a message so we can give you proper guide, and we will show you based on the statistics that the person you're copying has. We can tell you that, oh, this person is low risk or that person is high risk. And the one important thing about the PU Prime copy trading app is that they kind of show you this risk appetite on the app they use the scale of 1 to 10. 1 means low risk and 10 means highest of the highest, means the high risk. So over trading can be, picking more trades than your account can handle. And for copy trading, if you're copying 50 traders, 10 traders on one small account, you're already over trading, even if you're not the one doing it. So, and people that move their stop loss. So that is a discussion for another day. So you don't also, or you should not risk too much per trade. Now, the two solutions that we're going to be looking at before we go tonight, which will be like our anchor point, is that how you can leverage on these two solutions, and whether you're, the high risks or the low risks, how you can work them. We'll wrap it up for the day. So, for example, if you're a low risk copy trader, like I said, you find a trader that trades low risks, that doesn't pick plenty trades, or that his trading style matches your style. For example, let's say you've agreed that, okay, I can't take more than 10% risk. So that means you should tell yourself unconsciously that, okay, means I don't want someone that can make more than 10%. So you are good to go. So that way you can be compounding, you can leave your money, let it just be growing, and like that, and like that. Consequently, the second one, if you're someone that is aggressive, so what can you do? Okay, I think I want like 30 or 40% every month. So what should I do? Okay, this trader can give me this, it can give me that, okay, but I think I should be withdrawing my profit every week. That is a style for you. Then the next one is signals. At least traders, that's self-explanatory. You understand your structural entry because the signals that our partners give to their clients is top notch. That's stop loss, that's take profit, that's every little details that you need. So you don't have to just pick the trade blindly without adding either stop loss or take profit. It is very, very important for you. And the lot size also matters. So, for example, if you have not seen, I think I posted a video this week about the P Prime web app. So, when you pick a trade, or when you're deciding to pick a trade while you're editing your stop loss or your take profit, the app or the web app, whether on the phone or system, it can tell you how much you're risking per trade. So you can know for sure if the trade is really worth it or not. Do you understand? So you need to manage. Don't even enter any trade without what? Using stop loss or take profit. So now we've come to the end of this session, and I'm going to be rounding up with this. Manage or match, sorry, your strategy to your risk profile. If you low risks, that means you are looking for the conservative plan. Means you don't want high drawdowns, you are looking for low drawdowns, and you're looking for steady growth. And if you are, the balanced person, meaning that you still want risks and you don't want risks at the same time, you are not sure, or you're sure what you want, that you are moderate, right? You want a balance, then you go for the moderate risks and get moderate returns. Now, moderate is subjective to the person. If the person is moderate high or moderate low, it also affects. Then aggressive plan, higher risks, higher reward potential, just like the client that I told you. Now, this now to know the one that fits you, right? You need to know yourself, because only you know what suits you. So you can't say that, okay, it's conservative, I'll do, or just like I said earlier, only you know the best plan for yourself. So, and that leads us to the real question today. What is your risk appetite? Are you conservative? Are you moderate? Are you aggressive? Your answer determines how you will do, whether for copy trading or for trading with Signal. And so tonight, we end the session. If you have any question, drop your questions so that we can address them tonight.